Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
Todd, what do you think of that tonight?
Well, let's be honest here. I think that in the first period, it was clear that we were treading water, and it looked like we were kind of standing around and allowing them to move around the zone at will. And we discussed that in between periods. I thought they gave a hell of a better account of themselves in the second period there, although the scoreline didn't reflect it as much as the first period. I think it was important that we had Shane Owen in the net, or it certainly could have looked a lot worse. One of the things we were saying to these young pros on the bench was, every time that we didn't make a good solid hockey play, whether it be in our defensive corner or on the half wall and not get a puck out, that's when the sustained pressure came, for 30 seconds to 40 seconds, and we were under some serious pressure. But every time you turn the puck over, if you do that 2 or 3 times, there's a higher probability it's going to end up in the back of your net. If we would have scored in a couple of our quality scoring opportunities at the start of the second, we might have been looking at a different outcome. We didn't, and I think that's going to be an issue for us. We need to bear down on these offensive opportunities and take them when we can get them. I think guys need to be a lot hungry and realize that they're going to be counted on for offense. On the whole, I thought Shane Owen was fantastic. I thought that certainly down deep, our D-man would be hard to be faulted for the majority of the night. And when our forwards are skating and they're playing tougher, we certainly saw glimpses of what they can do, but we need to get a lot better in a hurry.
It was a bit of a lesson in being clinical from Belfast tonight. Because as you said, the chances were there for us tonight, but they just didn't go in the back of the net.
No, and you know what? You can see that Belfast will limit your chances. Although we did open them up, and they were probably looked like they were getting a little bit frustrated that they didn't have a lead after that first period. I think we had 3 2-on-1s. Some good quality opportunities where 2 times we didn't even shoot the puck. We're trying to make a pretty play. Just have to get that killer instinct and addressing the guys after. I think that for some of these guys, they are young, and certainly for the coaches, we're learning where we can use guys in what situations. For example, I think our power play looks pretty slick, although we didn't convert. I think we have something really can work with. Gave up a couple penalty kill goals, and just learning which guys are going to be responsible in those positions. We do have positives, but there's a big hole that needs to be filled with the import slot. And personally, I would like to bring in an extra with some size and something that can add a little bit more grit to this lineup. Currently, we have Peaks and Barry McKenzie playing center for us right now. Ideally, I'd like to see them out on the wing and have some good solid depth down the middle there eventually.
And do you think, touching on that point, do you think we've seen a sign of that tonight? The kind of way the game fell away from us eventually in the third period, lacking that full import squad there.
Well, let's not blame it on the full import. I think that against a team, any team in this league, I was going to say a team like Belfast, but any team in this league, if you do not make good solid plays all night, eventually it's going to kill you. And so, just I guess 2 points I would like to make. If we have the puck on the half wall and we don't get it out, and then subsequently we're hemmed in for the next 30, 40 seconds, A, you're exhausted. B, we're wearing out our defenseman's leg, where all you have to do is maybe take a hit to make a play and get it out. But we saw it, I watched the video. I saw it 8, 10, 12, 15 times, and that's just not good enough. And guys know that, but we have to have that pride in it. I think importantly, one thing they did recognize tonight is having some movement through the neutral zone. As soon as we started moving in the neutral zone, instead of having to chip the puck in so you don't turn it over and allow them just to come back at us in waves, we were finally walking into the zone like we want them to. And, they got some offensive chances off it. But it's in its infancy, and, we're going to have to work hard with this young group because they're quite malleable and really make that impression that you can't take time off in this league, or you're going to be looking at a lot more losses than you are in the win column. And that's up to us, but it's also up to them to bring that effort and consistency.
I see tonight. I mean, the forward lines tonight seem pretty consistent. Obviously, pre-season, chopping and changing lines and stuff. Are you happy that those forward lines are the right combinations for the guys we're playing in now?
Well, I see glimpses of it, but as I mentioned, I mean, I think that it's important that we do have another import center or two up there. That's crucial to our success. Traditionally we've always been very strong up the middle, and that's something that through the recruitment stage that it wasn't coming to us. Those names weren't coming to us, but that's something that we're believe me, it's an everyday process, and we're looking to improve this squad any way we can.
Moving to next weekend, we welcome Dundee here again, and then on to Cardiff on the Sunday. The tight game pre-season with Dundee. I mean, I'm sure you'll probably be expecting the same again on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it gives us another week to improve and work on things. As I mentioned, I just have to reiterate how refreshing it's been to see Shane Owen in net. He's a calm, cool head back there for us. And you know what? I'm actually a very big fan of this defensive core right now. So, we got some tidying up to do up front. And as I said, I mean, I think that with the addition of a key guy or two, we certainly have the makings of a team that can compete.